Hello everyone, this is Andrew McNair from SWAN Capital with our June 2020 SWAN report. In this month's video, we're going to discuss some recent headlines that influenced the financial markets in May. But we're also going to provide you some perspective on what these developments may mean for you over the next few months ahead. Now, as always, please stay tuned at the end of this video for some required disclosure statements. Now, stocks rallied in May, sparked by a supportive Federal Reserve and stories of businesses finally reopening and progress of a potential COVID-19 vaccine. The Dow actually saw an increase of 4%. The S&P 500 gained 4.5%, and the NASDAQ led all the indexes by nearly an increase of 7%. Now, with all of this great news of this recovery within these indexes, investors should remember that all of these companies are public and they have to report their financials. If there was a mom and pop index made up of small businesses, we may see a completely different picture. And we truly have no way to accurately gauge how small businesses are weathering this crisis. Now, during the month, though, investors chose to focus more on economic hopes of the future rather than current woes. Now, stocks rallied on news that the Federal Reserve is committed to doing whatever it takes to support the recovery. And in May, the Fed says that it has many tools at its disposal to keep this recovery on path. Now, stocks weakened late in the month, probably to the response of tensions between our country and China. But comments made by President Trump on the last day of trading eased those concerns that we would see more trade disputes like we saw last year. Now, markets capped off a last strong week in May as the May jobs report surprised almost everyone. Instead of an unemployment rate close to 20%, this nation actually regained 2.5 million jobs. The jobless rate checked in at 13%. Many industry experts did not expect that rate to approach 13% until September of this year. Much has been said about the recent market rally and how it may be disconnected from the reality of the situation. But this data shows us that it actually supports the notion that we're seeing a V-shaped recovery and that it's continuing really well so far. Now, in some sense, a sustained, complete economic recovery may rest on developing a vaccine for COVID-19. And there's over 100 vaccine candidates right now, with 10 currently in clinical trials. Now, as we see these trials come in with their information, we'll see over the next few months that if it's all positive with these vaccine trials, we could see the markets sense optimism for the future and continue to escalate this rally. Now, if these trials prove to be disappointing on the other hand, investors may dread the prospect of a prolonged economic recovery. Either way, expect investors to be attentive to these developments. That's it for this month's SWAN report. If you have any questions, give our office a call at 850-380-9558. That's 850-380-9558. Once again, this is Andrew McNair from SWAN Capital signing off for June 2020.